And bam, hello. Welcome to Waking God's Child YouTube channel. I'm here with my co-host, and I was earlier licking the windows with my helmet on. Okay, that's a bad joke. But I tried to go live and I didn't hit the button, so I was sitting there counting down for nothing, Candy. You're not surprised, are you? Yeah, it's okay. It's a blonde girl thing. Maybe. I mean, I'm going to use that crutch as long as I can. How are you tonight?
Good.
We're going to go there every time.
Yeah, I'm
Doing
good.
good?
Just hanging in there. Just hanging
You
in
guys,
there,
can you
getting
see
ready
this
to.
clear picture of her? I don't know if you guys can see this, but she has got a new phone and a new system set up because, like, I have not seen any of our podcasts where it's been the clarity is so right, dead on, and you look amazing. So I
We
like
got
everyone's
a
like,
new
"That's
internet
Cindy."
provider.
What's that?
I said we got a new internet provider. I told you my husband was like,
On
"Well,
top of
you know
that,
what?
right?
If we're gonna get this, we got to move. We got to move." I'm like, "I'm not moving just to get internet service." So we finally got
Yeah,
it.
George, you can't move. Sorry, guys, you can't move for internet service. However, I have wanted to use that as an excuse if I could. So I don't like where I live. I'm not a real huge Texas
He's like,
fan, but
"But I get a discount because I work there." I was like, "Yeah, but that's not gonna
you
help us
know,
make the mortgage payment."
bless his heart though. He's like, I got something good to offer. So I get it, George. I do. I can't wait to actually meet him in person too. I cannot wait. I'll be there in we're down to like what 3 weeks? It's getting close. 3.5 weeks.
Mhm. Getting closer.
Right. Yeah, every day. So,
Everybody
um,
else is like, "I'm so scared, I'm so nervous." I'm like, "Not me." I'm like, "I'm
we're
ready.
ready. Yeah,
I'm
and
ready.
you,
Get her done."
I don't blame you, and I know people probably can be scared and nervous, but they're not you. They what you've been through and already overcame that this is gonna be a cakewalk. But people like them, they have never had to go through any of the other hardships when it comes to health and toxicities and heavy metal poisoning and all the things and elements pertaining to Morgellons or Lyme disease or fibromyalgia. And right now I'm just shooting the shoot, right? So I'm going to just back up here. Y'all, tonight, that was so Texan, and I am so
Yeah,
not. But
y'all gotta look forward to our YouTube podcast when we use the implants as a pinata.
oh yeah, we actually do need to
Target
do that.
practice.
So, so y'all, wow, I am totally. I've been in Texas way too long. So, y'all, Candy is having some. For those of you that are just tuning in, I don't know if any of you are familiar with this, but you should be. And I know you've got loved ones, if not spouses or vice versa, sisters, somebody in the female version that has had breast implants. There is a very severe illness known as breast implant illness that is extremely
Mhm.
debilitating for people. Candy is going in, and she's already been through way too much as it is, but she's going in and she's going to be a candidate. She's got it finally figured out. She worked hard for this. She's going to be having hers removed. I will be there for her surgery and to help afterwards. I don't know how much help I am. I just like any excuse. I'm going to go see her, but I'm going to help. I'm going to cook dinner and you're going to like it. No, I'm just kidding. I'm going to have to cook something mild. Long story short, I can't
Well,
wait. So
hopefully
when
it'll
they
be
remove
easy.
them,
Well, hopefully it'll be an easy surgery, and I mean, I won't be like all laid up and whining and crying, and like we can get out and do something. I can
Candy,
watch you at
you
the bin
have been
store.
through harder things, I assure you. But I mean, we don't have to go out and do anything. I just want you to feel better. And
Mhm.
this is one step closer. And you know what? It is everything that she and I have both read up on. These women come out feeling like 110% better, which is insane. It truly is. I'm still trying to get this up on the screen so I can read
Excuse me.
comments if we have that coming in. And I don't see that yet, but I don't
Yeah,
even
me
know.
neither.
What's
Nobody's
that?
here.
I can't tell. Oh, we do. We have six here. You guys, if you're here in the stream, which I know you are because it gives me the numbers, could you just say hi so that we don't feel well, we're not really lonely. I was just talking to myself a moment ago because I could hear George in the background going, there's somebody talk. Like, I'm talking myself through life, George. That was funny.
I
I
mean,
got it.
it's like, "Is that your TV or is she talking to herself?" I was like, "Oh,
It's
she's
totally
talking to
talking.
herself."
I
It's like,
I do.
that's what
I
we
have
do.
step by step out loud instructions that I go by. I'm just like, I'm like, I know she's in the bathroom. I know she can hear me too. But either way, I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do that. Oh, need a title. Oh, gotta put in the description. Oh, need a thumbnail. And George is like, she talking to herself. She's talking to her. Yeah, she definitely is. She does that, and that is exactly what happens when you're alone for far too long. And you're welcome. So it's all good. Um, so again, you want to say hey, hi, ho, or don't say ho. That's not nice. Okay, that's a joke. But if you guys are here in the chat, please, by all means, we're getting ready to get this party started. I have no idea what kind of party it is, but oh, we just lost one when I said that. Wow. So okay, so oh no, we're back up to 8 now. So long story short, out of the waters we rise, from the waters we rise. As you all know, on top of all of this the weather phenomenons, which aren't very phenomenal to me, but long story short, there's a lot going on. Hold on just a second. Um, Not just weather-wise, in life. People are sick. There are all of these strange emerging illnesses showing up all over God's green earth, and I think there's a bigger picture that most people are missing. Wouldn't you say, Candy? I mean, there's a lot going on in this earth that did not used to be like this. And you've been going through a lot of this, the hardships with this. Hello, Carol Brooks. Yay, we got the first one. She was
Hey.
brave, and thank you, dear. So Candy's been going through this for much longer than most of us have. And again, I'm not talking necessarily just weather or just illnesses. I'm talking about the whole combination. We woke up one day in this world that is weird. It is straight up out there, not psycho weird, right? And I wanted to know, and if you wouldn't mind sharing, what was your earliest memory of when you realized that this world was straight up psycho weird, whether it be looking up or down or at your body? Do you remember? Carol, what was yours?
Well, I can start out with mine.
Yeah, no, I was asking you, Candy. And then I also sent
Oh,
Carol, if you don't want to, I mean, leave a reply as well and or comment there. But what's your
my straight
earliest
up
memory on that?
earliest memory of straight up weird world we live in. Again,
Yeah,
I know it's dark, things are dark, but it's just what it is, you know what I mean?
right.
Um, like I said, I was probably in kindergarten and I drew a picture of our family outside and we were all naked. And I mean with anatomy and everything.
You know,
And
I mean, that's how Adam
yeah,
and apparently it was Steve, but I'm
yeah,
sorry,
there's
Adam and Eve
even
were at one time. I know what you mean, though.
well, I'm like I'm showing my mom and my parents because I'm proud of my little picture I drew
Right, you
because
have
that
no
was
idea.
normal. That was
Right.
normal for me, okay? So, and
Yeah,
I got scolded for it,
but
and
yet
I'm like
you learned
thinking,
it from where, right?
right, exactly.
Uh,
So,
innocence and
um,
innocent. That was innocence.
yeah, but I remember being so hurt because I'm proud of my picture because that was that was our life.
That's
And
what you knew, and that was
yeah.
and see, I have well, my our friend, beautiful friend Sheila. She struggles with knowing that there are some wonderful little souls in her world, and she's tried so hard to get help, and it just doesn't come. And I guess what I'm getting at is the system's crooked, messed up, not even right. But it seems like children are often taken out of the homes that should never
Mhm,
be, for the
mhm,
parent burping out the wrong end or whatever it may be, just something insane. But then you have these children that are clearly in in a situation that should never be, it should never ever be. And but these are the children that, from waters do rise up and prevail. And you're one of those children that just made an amazing difference. And I mean, the thing is, we can curl up in a ball every day, right? And we can feel sorry for ourselves. But at the end of the day, we know nobody's going to fix it, right? And I mean, I know this is not necessarily weather related at this moment, but it is in everything, because we see rainy days, sunny days, and there's a song about that. I've seen sunny days that I thought would never end. But long story short, we have to have a choice. We make a choice, and it is up to us to pull up those britches and say, pour me or make a difference. And that's one thing that you have been very, very, very courageous in, and always have been. So it's an amazing blessing to know you, and anyone else out there too. That there's a lot of people that go through so much, way more than one deserves. But as I've said before, no good soldier goes without going through boot camp before they can ever be prepared for war. And I think we're there, right? So I can't believe how clear your picture is right now. That's crazy. I mean, it's
Yeah.
crazy. It's way, way crazy. I love it.
I was really nervous. I was like, okay, I got new service. I got a new phone. Is this even going to work tonight? Are we going to?
And it was
So,
so easy. We were like, bam. I'm like, wait, this, we have some times that it happens like that, but way less than, the times that nothing good works out. Like we tried to get on this last week, by the way, which I ended up
mm,
putting on a previously recorded version of with Undercover ET channel. That was a pre-recorded version, and opted for a time to put that on when we needed to, because Candy and I could not get on last week to save our lives. And I had been in Kerrville volunteering and then working, and we were both tired. And I was just like, you know what, I'm gonna share that one right there. But I'm supposed to be in Kerrville right now, actually. And did you see the piece of wood round that I picked up in Kerrville? I did it on a live, but there was a very beautiful round piece of a cypress tree, and I was talking about how I was going to get it wood burned. I guess
yeah,
did you watch
I didn't
that?
see that. No, I didn't see
Okay,
that one.
well
I'm
I
sorry.
did. I ended up getting it wood burned. I picked it up yesterday, and I am going to be bringing it. I should have already been in Kerrville, but again, I've been working my rear off. Like, work just took over my life. But I did. I got to show you in a moment. But it is beautiful. It's basically, it says Texas Strong. Then it says Kerrville, Texas, July 4th, 2025, and then it says From the Waters We Rise, which is why I kind of went with that title tonight, because these people have suffered so much. They've lost everything, loved ones, all their worldly belongings and goods. And I don't care. At the end of the day, I don't care what anyone says. All of this goes hand in hand. The weather is either going to, destroy us. Toxicities are going to destroy us, but it's all a storm. Like this whole world is in stormy mode. It's off the chain, out of hand. It really is. But again, we have a choice. We make a difference when we can and how we can. And each of us need to always remember to step up and speak out, because the truth needs to be heard. And whether you think it's making a difference or not, trust me, it is. And I know that there's a lot of minds out there that say, well, just kind of like with voting, at one time, they're like, oh, my vote, just my little single vote or my little single mouth or words don't count. Bull. Every word counts. What you speak is frequency. Frequency resonates throughout the world. And I mean, in a literal way, a quite literal way. It's not just like, well, one person heard that and he said, she said. It is like when you speak words, they're vibrational. And it's a frequency that resonates everywhere. I mean, you can change your stars, you can change your mood, you can change people's moods around you by what you radiate outward as well as what you speak outwardly. I mean, think about it. Go into town, go through, rush hour, and usually it's me going, mother trucker move. I mean, I try not to, but I mean, it is really, to drive here in Texas, let me tell you what, it's raining and everyone's putting their life jackets on, getting their scuba diving gear and the snorkels out their mouth, and they're like, oh crap. And I'm just like, breathe, just breathe. You're gonna get through this. Just could you just drive normal? Because it's fine, mom. But that's just a it's just a Christmas wish, actually. So, Candy, I can tell that you're tired because your face is going lower. I can't see you in this full screen anymore. But I would like to have you
Well, no,
add,
since I
if you
got
don't
this
mind.
right, since I got this new phone, on my old phone, I had, like, this little prop stand that I could prop it and just sit it, and it would prop up by itself, but with the new phone, I don't have that, so I'm just like, "I need
I'm
that back."
going to order you a case that has that, and I'm going to bring it with me when I see you.
No,
But
I got one, I just gotta
take
get
a
it off
soda
my old
can
phone.
or beer bottle, whatever you got, just prop it right up there. That way you don't have to hold it.
Yeah.
But I want you to tell, your part on what you think with all of this going on, because wildfires, raging rivers, and floods, and bodies that are being broken down and injured, and all these strange emerging illnesses and cancers, which cancers just they dub everything cancer these days because nobody knows what the hell's going on anymore, and some of us do. So, and you're just the girl for them to talk to or tell them, I should
Mm.
say.
Well,
So,
I get really highly triggered when they talk about people get diagnosed with cancer or, they do these fundraisers for people with cancer. It's just like a horrible
yeah,
trigger for me because I know that
what's going
basically
on?
it's
Yeah,
so hard for me to even have empathy for people that have
yeah,
cancer or have been diagnosed with it because the way I see cancer and the way they see cancer, it's not the same.
totally different ball game. Yeah, because well, they dub
And
everything cancer now, and what it is you're getting masses in your body because of what toxins that's being like
yeah,
poured out onto the human race.
yeah, and it's
And you've been suffering from all of that for years, like 40 years almost, right?
and
I
it's
used to
not
say
that
20 forever,
I don't care that people are sick,
but they have a
but
choice,
well, you have a certain amount of choices. Some
right?
parts you don't, but again, I see like just recently somebody that I know got diagnosed with cancer and I mean, like I was telling you before, they've already done like 4 fundraisers for her.
Yes, and it just and then they because we're not recognized with our illnesses, we get thrown to the wolves. I totally get it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and not that I don't have any sympathy or that
but we're
I
all
can't
hurting.
understand, but it's like we're all in the same damn boat. I'm sorry, but it's like, ugh, and again, it's so hard to decide. Like, I have a friend that's just recently had some health problems. She's been out of work for a while. She has no income. I have other people friends that are constantly doing things for other people. If I get extra money, I want to send it their way. But how do
Right.
you pick and choose who to help and who not to help, and when you
When you're
got
straight
what
from
you
by
got and
yourself. Yeah.
yeah, and it's like, okay, I got my own crap going on. Here I've been trying to figure out how to pay for these explant surgery now for 3 damn years,
And it's
and
taken forever. Yeah. And you
yeah,
worked hard to get this finally happening.
and I
Um,
mean, thank God I've got a husband that supports me and loves me, but that still doesn't mean that the
Me too.
struggle's
I
not
was just
real.
talking to him earlier. He was invisible, but George heard him. I'm just kidding. That was that joke.
Well, I mean,
Yes,
still
exactly.
the struggle is real even when you have support, it's just like
The
I
struggle
have
all the way around is, you're right.
I have such a hard time, like I said, with these people that it's like, "Oh, I've been diagnosed with cancer. Oh, well, I'm going for my first chemo," and I'm like, "Oh my
Don't
god,
do
do you
that.
really?"
Yeah. Well, I
Ah,
told you I've lost 3 friends recently from that. And it was right after the chemo. other words, I do believe they'd still be here. You and I know how we feel on that. And we watched it. And because we had to delve in deep with our own illnesses, we've learned leaps and bounds ahead of what any modern day medical doctor or facility can tell you. And the thing is, what they can tell you, because everything's coded and they cannot color outside those lines or they lose their licenses. But we know, because we had to go so deep when the world abandoned, we know what causes, what helps, what doesn't, and what's really going on. And I told you too, I have a sister that just recently, like, just all of a sudden, it's not like it even runs in the family like that. And I'm just like, wake up, world. Like, why are all of these strange emerging illnesses, and they call everything cancer, but they're masses from all the toxicities bundling together, accumulating here, there, or the other. But no matter what, if it's called cancer, it's recognized. If you call it Morgellons or heavy metal toxicity, it is not. And they'll allow you to die. And there is no compassion on that level for those of
Or
us.
or even or even breast implant illness, okay? So
Right,
guess
and
what?
it's even now that's starting to get acknowledged, but why? Why not Morgellons? Or it's
But
just the
still,
weirdest
it's
thing.
like but still, it's all about money. You know,
It's
you
always been a
pay
money
to
game.
have implants
Yeah.
put in, for cosmetic purposes. But then when you get sick from it, it's like, "Oh, well, that's not what the problem is. You're making this up. You're delusional." Okay, we know. Been there, done
I'll
that.
show you delusional. Just wait until I start licking the windows again. Just kidding, but
Okay, but really, it's like I told the doctor, "How can you break out in a rash on your breast from one armpit to the other, all the way across the top of your breast, through the center, over top of the other breast, all the way to the other armpit, and it not be an implant problem? That makes no sense. I'm
yeah. And
sorry."
my mom, I always remember my mom would get this bright red chest, which we used to chalk up to nerves.
Yeah,
But as she went through double mastectomy, botched job of all sorts of things for the precancer, what they call precancer. Before they knew much of anything. Then fibromyalgia goes along with that. Now keep this in mind: breast implants after a double mastectomy, then all of a sudden fibromyalgia, which by the way used to be called delusional, not existing. CDC refused to recognize. Take them away. They're crazy. Same with Lyme disease. So all you
and
mother
AIDS,
truckers out there that did that to us, you're gonna eat your dang flip flop later. I
and
promise. So
even AIDS patients went through that.
all of it. It was delusional, non-existent, didn't happen because doctors can't code it. Doctors will lose their license if they do. I recently was on a surveillance case for a doctor. I was very fortunate. This was just, not even a month ago or so. It was a very fortunate encounter. And I've done lots of surveillance cases for doctors. Um, but I got really brave. I got to know this individual quite well because, trying to help them accomplish their needs. And I could tell they were a very caring individual, with a heart. You could see the heart, because you walk around and you can usually know if someone's got a heart or not. It's just 1 + 1 is 2. But I finally, when I told you about this, and I'm just going to share it with everyone else, I felt comfortable enough to reach out and say, I just have a question because you work in a major facility in the biggest portion of Houston that there is, that would see people go in and out constantly with every symptom possible. Let's just put it like that, without giving any information away on my client. But I'm like, tell me how many times you have people come in explaining or worried or saying that they're having the symptoms of creepy, crawly sensations, maybe under the skin, or lesions that just break out for no
Mhm.
reason, or memory loss, muscle and joint pain, aches, and or just what they call maybe threads, like that you would see, like when you're knitting a sweater or something, or sewing like thread, because there's a resemblance. We'll get there. But the point is, I'm like, how many people? And she's like, the phone got silent, and I'm sitting there actually in process holding my video camera up, filming the subject as I'm speaking to her, and I'm holding it steady. Um, and she says, every day, all day long, and especially started around 2017 in the Houston area, where people were going in and saying these exact things. And she flat out said, they have to go by coding. If they do not go by coding, they cannot advance to any type of professional doctor level. And she went on, and which we already had figured out. We know everything's in coding. You know, a doctor can see you, but they're not really seeing you. They are, here's your symptoms. Let me go to the computer. I'm going to plug your symptoms in, and then it's going to give me as a response. AI, you know, it's all programmed. So they can't even, people haven't been doctors for a very long while, is what I'm getting at. People have been trained to work a system in a computer very well, acknowledge it and respond with, well, the computer says you need this, this, and that. The computer says you're delusional parasitosis. Everything they said with every illness that never existed, because by the way, every illness at one time never existed. And I don't know what on God's green earth made this whole world like be that. I do. Heavy metals is a big part, but to think that like any of the other things can be possible, but not other symptoms. And by the way, they're not threads. They were not threads. These complaints, it's mycelium. It's a fungal component, right? They do look like fibers. They move around, and that's the thing. They're like, oh, she gotta be crazy. She says she saw this and that, and this little thread was just like, hey, how you doing? But I mean, the point is, like, people go in, they know their bodies. They've had their bodies their entire lives. Nobody goes through life, you know, sane as can be, tax-paying citizen, going through the motions, and then one day just wakes up, you know what, today I feel like being bat crap crazy. Let's go. Let's go. You know, nobody's doing that. But this world has been doing that to us for so long, and we've been programmed to believe their lies. And they're lies. And we've been programmed to believe that these weather phenomenons are just natural disasters. And there is nothing natural about what our health is doing, what they want to call cancer or any other illness is doing. There's nothing natural about any of it. It's all a freaking fabricated, man-made lie. One of these days they're going to wake up, Candy, but I am hoping it's going to be sometime soon. So sorry, I went off on a tangent, but I just wanted to kind of explain that in an extensive way, but also with their little, you know, scientific little exchange there, because heavy metal toxicity is real. Alzheimer's, all-time high. Alzheimer's never used to exist at all either. But you guys looking up in the sky, and if I hear one more person go, oh, pretty rainbow. Oh, look at there. That's so prettyful. Oh, it's called a doggy ear. That's called it's called cloud iridescence. That means it's freaking shiny. That's all that means. Like, I have facial iridescence sometimes whenever I'm looking a little better and I got a little highlighter on my face. But just because they told you that's cloud iridescence, that means that cloud is shimmering a little. It doesn't mean it's like okay. It does not mean that's okay. That cloud iridescence means that cloud shimmering. Ask yourself, why the freaking A is the cloud shimmering, you geniuses? Don't say, oh, they told me it's a cloud iridescent. It's fine, Mom. It's so fine, Mom. It's just cloud iridescent. Your cloud is shimmering with rainbow colors because aluminum, strontium, and barium are freaking heavy metals that glimmer when you point light at them. You're welcome. You are welcome. You're welcome. You heard it here first, folks, about a zillion times. So sorry, Candy, I had to go. I just get
That's
so
okay. It just reminded me about this time when I was at
so
a
angry
farm
about
swap
it.
thing. A farm swap thing. I was a vendor there, and I looked up in the sky, and there was this cloud. It had pink and purple and green and
Beautiful,
all
right?
through this one cloud. And I'm looking at that thing, I'm like, "Oh my god, how toxic is that?"
Yeah,
So,
and
you know,
that's
I'm
right. And they're like, look what God made. I'm like, God didn't make that. Man tainted that
yeah, so
beautiful sky that God made.
I'm a vendor there, and I see this. So trying to wake the other vendors, I was like, "Hey, look at that cloud. Oh, that's so beautiful. That's so
So
pretty." I'm like,
beautiful,
"Oh
beautiful.
my,
Oh, look at there. And I'm
not
just like,
yet. This is
oh,
not
this is
natural."
so hard right now. Just want to smack you. Yeah, I know that's yeah, it's insanity because okay, yeah, beautiful colors that you don't see every day. It literally just highlights your whole day because like I saw some vivid colors instead of the darkness around me. Whatever it may be, that's fine. But you know what? I bet you've chewed bubble gum and took a dump before and you saw pink in there. Does that mean that's beautiful? Okay, I know that's a bad example, but I want to make a point so clear, you guys. You're not 2 years old anymore. You're just not. Go get you some crayons and draw you a rainbow and call that pretty. But stop being ignorant by thinking God made only in one spot that happens to be heavily streaked with cloudage, that God made that. It's heavy metals. You might think it's beautiful, but your brain's going to tell you later it wasn't the whole time, as will your body. I assure you. And it's very clear, or you wouldn't be looking up saying, oh, so beautiful. It's a beautiful God sky right there. God has beautiful skies. He made beautiful world, earth, all Earth's right. He made all of that. Man tainted it. And just because you get to see some colors in a tainted world doesn't mean it's your friend. Okay? You like Tootsie Rolls, you like lollipops, and you like all the things that are bad for you because they taste good? It doesn't mean it's your friend. It doesn't mean it's the best thing ever. Get over it, guys. Use your head. And I'm sorry. I am a little short a lot. I'm over that because I've watched people die this week. I've helped bodies be recovered. I've seen stuff from God's world that God didn't make with the rainbow in the sky as dead bodies are being pulled out. 20-month-old little boy being pulled out. He shouldn't have lost his life, but the rainmaker, that guy there, the rainmaker on Fox News, well, let me tell you what, just pay attention. These freaking catastrophes, wildfires, floods, earthquakes in diverse places. I mean, somebody's playing God, all right, but it's not God playing God. But keep in mind, all the biblical tales that were there and prophetic, he didn't say who would cause these things. He said, look for the signs that will be there. And honey, let me tell you what, they're there. And you guys are blind as a bat. Blind as a bat. Wake up. Because from the waters, we can rise, but will we? If we don't even try, if we don't look, you guys are programmed.
Yeah,
You're
he
programmed
never said, I will create and I will send. No, he never said that. There will be is what he said.
But everyone wants to, they just hear what they want to hear. They listen and feel and partake of what feels good to them. It's never been about what feels good to you or what you think that you wanted to hear. Read the words. Pay attention to God's word. Pay close attention because there's nothing there that said that would be, God will show you all the signs and wonders. He said, here's the signs to look for. There will be these signs. And it is then that you will see the Son of Man coming in the clouds with power and great glory in every eye. That means all of you. Every eye is going to see him. But you were too busy talking about the iridescent cloud that has a name that's called iridescent cloud. Where did you go to school? You should have never went there. None of us should. It's called indoctrination, and you're welcome. Send your kids to private school and don't ever get them a jab ever again. I mean that. It's like, oh, conspiracy theorist, tinfoil hat. I'm like, dang straight, Gina, and I will rock it all day long. And one day you're going to be like, oops, she was right. You don't hurt my feelings if you like. You don't hurt my feelings at all. Nor can we've been trying to help for so long. For so long, we've been trying to open y'all's eyes, and slowly the world is starting to wake up. You noticing that more, Candy, that people are starting to see? It's just that it's funny, like the ones closest to you are the blindest, and you're just like, how are we even related? What is wrong with you? Where did you come from? And they're like the same to me. They're like, where did she come from? Like, you're right. I am nothing like your crowd of friends. I am nothing like the world around you, and you're welcome. And by the way, do you think that crowd of friends is going to fit through a very narrow gateway? And then, just do the math, process of elimination there, and just do the math and then tell me how wrong I am, okay? Because we weren't put here to fit in. We were put here to make a difference and tell the freaking truth. So tinfoil hat, sure, I'll wear pigtails in it. I don't care. Because the last laugh's not going to be on me or you. It's going to be on this world for not paying attention. So, end of story until I start again. Anyways, Candy, on a different note, from the waters we will rise, and we're going to continually do it. This woman's a living example of that. You remember, you can only drown if you allow yourself to drown in this world, but you have a choice, girls and boys, every day. Every day you got a choice to wake up and smell the coffee or be lazy and take the dog food they've fed you. Well, I memorized it. Yeah, but did you look? Did you do the research? Well, yeah, no, my textbook said this. Who wrote the textbook? Huh? Never thought about that, did you? Well, they said this is this and that's that. And I'm like, they did they? Well, did you look? You didn't. You didn't. You won't. You don't. And then you want to call us crazy, yet you're the laziest of all, going to do your own thing, having stuff just shoved right down your throat, like force fed to you. And you're like, that's good. I'm hungry. Can I have another? And you've never, ever thought to look and do the research for yourself, because it's a fact. You can find every patent for everything we just tonight spoke of. I double dog dare any of you to go do that research. You're going to find the obvious facts. You can take that to the bank and cash it with your butt too, because I'm telling you straight up, it's true. And if you don't and you want to laugh, like I said, the joke is quite literally on you. But if you do your research and you still want to argue, like let's go, because I know that once you guys look, you will know. You won't even want to say conspiracy theorists. You will know we're telling the truth. So, anyways, Candy, I love you. I know it's getting late there, especially. Sorry, I got bugs flying in here. I will see you soon. We're going to try to be back here next week, maybe. But by the way, those that watch my live stream,
let me see if I can go full screen. Hold on one second.
Yeah, hold on. Yeah, I got to let's do this. Hold on just a moment. Look at this, guys. So if you watched my live stream when I was in Kerrville the other day, this is that round I picked up, and I'm like, oh, look, a souvenir, as in something to give back to Kerrville. But so I designed the design that's on it. And then this wonderful, wonderful, beautifully talented man, Ricky's Wood Burning is his name. I told him to sign it, make sure. But so I brought this, I drove it all the way to Jersey Village, which is nowhere close to where I live. But I was like, I'm bound and determined, we're going to get this done. So I dropped it off, and this man was like, he's at a job just like I was, and he got off work, and he went straight home, and he would burn this immediately, and I picked it up the following day, and I followed through with my word. And this is going to be an amazing tribute to those people that have lost so much. And you guys, this isn't the only event. This is just the beginning. It truly is. Like, there's more water events coming. Mark my words. You can laugh now, but mark my words. This world's flooding, especially this part of it. It's called the USA. It's flooding, and it's going to get worse. Just trust me on this. Nothing to fear. We don't have to fear anything. We just have to be ready, be bold, be prepared, and just live our lives right. Because this life is temporary anyway. We always knew that. It's like, I got an expiration date right on my buttocks, I guarantee you, as do all of us. But what do we got to do while we're here? We got to give back and fight through it. And that's what we do. So, Candy, I love you for that, by the way. I think why we jive so well.
I know. Oh my God, I can't wait to see you in the
I'm
flesh.
excited. I am so excited. Carol, thank you for being here with us. She says, indeed, right? Indeed. And we might have few in numbers, but our numbers are growing. And again, narrow doorways were there for a reason, but dang, we're trying. And Candy, I will see you soon. So soon. I cannot wait. So, all right, guys,
Exciting.
much love, blessings, and all that mushy stuff. I am going to go finish this report now. So, Candy, get some rest. I'll see you soon.
Right.
Bye, guys. You guys have a beautiful evening, and I'm just trying to end the stream now and pass time.